What up, everybody? Hey. Let's get that out of the way. What's going on? What's going on? Let me know if you can hear clearly. Everything's sounding good. Let me know in the chat. Just make sure that everything's working well. Don't want to do half the live stream without anybody being able to hear me. So if you can hear me, let me know. Sounds good. Awesome. Thanks, bro. Um, Welcome to Mystery Bag Monday. We have only 3 bags today, mostly as a result of the fact that we had a big ice storm, snowstorm. Thrift stores were closed. Our car was stuck in the snow, so or in like near our house. So finally, we're out. We're free. We got some rag bags. So if you've never been to a Mystery Bag Monday before, the way this works is I go and buy these bags like this right here, from a local thrift store that puts bags together. Typically, these are bags meant to be sold to like mechanic shops to clean up oil spills, stuff like that, or pets, whatever. And so they fill it with T-shirts, just tons of T-shirts. Sometimes we have up to 10 bags for 1 week. Today is only 3, but we dig into them because a lot of times there is hey. What's up, Kane? Thank you for being here. We dig into these bags because a lot of times there's some dope vintage stuff in them. We found some bangers in the past. Hopefully, we'll find some more today. Sometimes we don't find anything. We don't know the whole. It's a mystery. I don't know what's in it. Excuse me. They don't preload it for me. They don't know what I'm looking for, which is to my advantage, I suppose. But it's pretty much at this point, it's pretty much the entire T-shirt donation inventory of this thrift store, which is probably the biggest thrift store in our little town. So I guess I feel lucky in that sense. So we'll get into the bags. We'll open them. And as we're opening them, feel free to ask questions about vintage clothing. And this is a great time to brag on what you found this week. So I know some of you have found some good stuff because you told me some other places and on like some other social media. So let us know in the chat, what did you find? I want to hear what you found. It's a great opportunity for that. So shout out what you found. Let us rejoice with you, and let's chat it up. So questions about vintage clothing, about vintage reselling, whatever it is, you can throw them in the chat and then brag on yourself. Please brag on yourself. So, and if I pull out a T-shirt or something that I miss or something, let me know. I don't think I've missed anything particularly big, but from time to time, there's T-shirts I'm clueless of, and you guys have the information. So I really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and start with our first bag. Since we only have 3 bags, we'll work through it a little bit slower. Happy Monday. What's up, Sabina? What's up? Moderator. I'll feel free also, Sabina. You're not, just because I made you moderator doesn't mean you have to moderate. It's just, if you feel like it, I feel like you would be pretty keen on moderating whenever you're here. So we got a SpongeBob. It's a modern SpongeBob. This ain't vintage. Don't get too excited. This ain't vintage. I wish it were, but I found it at a thrift store and I love Nirvana. I don't actually have any legit vintage Nirvana right now. It's just so hard to like the Nirvana that I've had. Like I had the Sliver T not too long ago. It's just hard to like hold on to it when they command so much money. So a lot of times, like the stuff that I get into, like I wear a lot, is like sort of off the beaten path vintage type stuff. So you'll see me wearing that every so often. But I'll be out there looking for one. Obviously, probably the next one that I buy, I probably won't sell. I'll probably keep it for long term. Good fare, nothing. So, we got a Walmart Back in Black ACDCT. We find a lot of that out here. One of our biggest retailers out here in the sticks is Walmart, so that's unfortunate. Oh man, dude! Wait, we're not in the same town, are we? You got to get that. You got to be that guy. You got to be that guy who gets all those tees. I need to go and just talk to this thrift store. Oh, that's cool. Check it out, guys. We got a late '90s jerseys made in USA. It's actually got the jersey stuff on it. Uh, Jerseys Athletics made in USA on that late '90s jerseys tag. That's pretty cool. It's like a medium, which is not like a great size, but still pretty cool to find one of those things, especially after doing a video on it. Yeah, Kane, Carhartt is coming. Part of the trouble about some of these brands is I want to be able to go. Yeah, what are you doing? What are you? Okay, I guess someone's doing some moderating here. But about Carhartt, uh, the I want to be able to, when I produce these videos, give as much information as possible that is authoritative and that it's clear. If I could do a couple of videos and be like, hey, look for this, this, and this, and that's about it, and get you like roughly there. But if I can, I really want to give as much super, super concrete information as possible. So that requires me to spend some time uh, making sure that the stuff that I kind of know by intuition and by experience is as true as it can be. So I'm really always means testing this information as much as possible. Um, so always trying to keep track of testing and making sure that my the vintage markers and the methods that people use are legit and they work for different brands. So um, all right, so Rustler. I don't necessarily. It depends on if they're actually the Rustler from Walmart. But Rustler was a brand owned originally by Bluebell. So like Rustler, Rustler, uh, Wrangler, Maverick, Rustler, Wrangler, Maverick. Was there another one? They were all, yeah, Rustler, Wrangler, Maverick. They're all owned by Bluebell. So originally, so there are pretty like rustlers from the 70s and I think in the 60s, probably late 60s. I'm not entirely sure when the rustler really showed up. So Etsy resellers, if they're selling actual vintage rustler, might make some sense for them to be taxing on it. But I will say this about Rustler. Rustler was never particularly like a higher end or interesting or higher, particularly higher quality jean, at least in relation to the rest of the offerings that Bluebell made. So, hey Kane, don't worry. There was a little accident. You're not going to be timed out. Anyone that got timed out will be all right. You'll come right back. So just hold on. Moderator's learning how to use her moderator powers. She's really kind-hearted and all about this, so you guys will be all right. Come on back. Sorry about that. Let's see, 2006. Oh, there's that Hanes Beefy Tee. but Rustler, it's actually kind of interesting because Rustler and Maverick and Wrangler all were part of Bluebell as a company. So there's all these like other vintage jean brands that sort of have a heritage with Wrangler that they're not nearly as popular, but some have, Maverick per se, like specifically Maverick has really cool jeans for sure. So and other like clothing from the 60s and 70s. So yeah, so you'll notice that with Rustler and Wrangler and Maverick, they all have really, really similar care tags or labels, not necessarily care tags, but labels. And they actually a lot of the same like serial numbers too, or similar format for the serial numbers. So um, I pick up Rustler if I can tell that it's really old, like early '80s, '70s, and earlier. Otherwise, otherwise, they're just I find them all the time. Again, they are now currently a Walmart brand, which doesn't really help their like modern desirability, but you know, what can you do? Um, I mean, vintage denim sometimes there's vintage denim. So let's see. Interesting. Interesting about Red Camel. They're bought by Belk. Interesting. Oh man, Phil. Whoo! That that sounds fun. That is the rag bag of all rag bags. What a mystery, man. I've always wanted to get into to locker buying lockers, but man, I just don't have the and I don't know if I have the stomach for it. But I did one time. Somebody had a box truck full of clothing from a thrift store, and it had been basically locked up since 1988. And I got a yeah, you're back, Kane. Sorry about that, bud. Um, but I got access to it and pulled out a bunch of good, a lot of vintage Lee and Levi's and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Um, I think had I that was a number of years ago. So had I sort of been on top of things, I would have probably just tried to buy everything that was in there. There you go. Like 2000 Tommy Hilfiger big flag. That big flag is always going to be cool. So I'm all about it. You know that. I'm all about it. Let's get into the second bag. Nothing really in this first bag except that late '90s jerseys t-shirt. So hopefully we've got a blank Hanes pocket tee. It is double stitched. Nothing in here so far. Got some actual rags. But man, I just love digging through old piles of clothes. That's such a nerd, I suppose. Um, golly. Um, I mean, if you see it, there's like an old dingy basement full of clothes. I want to be there. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna put my email in the chat, guys. If you have specific questions that like need photo identification, um, shoot me photos to my email, and I will get to them. I promise. I say hope I'll get to them. I do get a lot of emails these days, so I might be a little bit slow. But if I can answer it quickly and get you some more information, I would love to do it. And also, I love seeing what you guys. What do we have here? Oh yeah, this is dope. Check it out, guys. We got a vintage starter. That Mark McGuire, Sultan of Swing, 1998. He was juiced up, I'm sure, but he still did hit a lot of home runs. So on that starter extra large, made in Mexico, so really towards the end of the starter era. It's got a little spot there, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Vintage, I'll take it. Maybe we'll find some more. Nice. Nice. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's like we got a vintage Hanes on a Hanes vintage beefy tee right here. It's a single stitch. We got some vintage, folks. Armstrong, something. It's some hot rod. 1993. Pretty cool tee. Hot rod tees. I know Paul Cantu's been hitting the hot rod tees for a couple months now. Maybe they're hyped, so maybe that'll be cool. But it's good to see that we have some vintage tees because you just never know. Once you see one vintage tee, typically means something else vintage. Anyone else want a hummingbird tee. I think it is vintage, but it's one of those weird women's like scoop neck shirts. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, so nice. We got it twice. What's that about? Check it out. This one's in size large. So I've got the extra large and the large. This one's cleaner too. There we go. He'll probably never make it to the Hall of Fame, but still pretty cool. A lot of Mark McGwire fans out there. Anything here? Nope. I got some long johns. We got some. What do we got here? Nothing. Sometimes I get excited. Nope. Man, I can't wait. We got one of these days, and you never know when it's gonna be. We'll hear oh yeah, that's on a single stitch tee. It's like something like it's not even a t-shirt. I don't know if I call it a t-shirt. It's like a blouse or some sort of women's top. Got that cropped orange tee. Hey, look, we got a vintage shirt. Remember, folks, if it says vintage, it probably isn't. That's a rule to live by. If it says it's vintage, it's a good indicator that it's probably not vintage. All right, come on. Let's get a couple more out of this thing right here. Yeah, also feel free, guys, to let me know what you're selling. What have you sold this week or last week? I guess the week's just started here. But what did you sell last week? Anything that you're excited about? Anything? Any big ticket items, little ticket items? We got a single stitch here. And it's all about coffee, I think. Coffee, single stitch on that Fruit of the Loom's best, made in the USA. Single stitch. It is vintage. Not sure that it's worth much money, but it is vintage. Yeah, no, you're right. I remember that. I mean, it's funny because I live probably, not technically equal distance to Kansas City, and versus St. Louis. And now it takes a little bit longer to get to to Kansas City than it does to St. Louis. But like, there are like no Royals fans out here. Oh, nice. Nice. Type 3s, man. Type 3s, it's kind of funny. And maybe this is like a word to the wise for like the future. Type 3s that's the denim jacket. Like, it's such an influential. Whoa, wait a minute. What do we have here? Oh, okay. Another vintage hot rod tee. Armstrong, McCall, or McCown. Follow me to see Willie. Okay. That's cool. Like a pinup girl single stitch tee. Not bad at all. Yeah, like there's like no Royals fans out here, and I never find Royal stuff. It's like daily occurrence that I find that was cool. It's not vintage, but I don't know what that is. Chill. Oh. But I find Royal stuff is just oversaturated everywhere here. Just everything here is Royals. Everything is Royals. Not Royals, excuse me. Cardinals. But they are one of the most popular like baseball teams, I think. Whoa, Victor. That is incredible. Whew, 700. 20 to 700. That's why we do it, guys. That's not why we always do it, but like it's those things that keep you going thinking the next thing right around the corner, the next thing I find, the next thrift store could be a $700 pair of boots. That's serious. That's good. That's a big flip right there, my man. Congratulations, dude. Yeah, I've been fedora hat. Hey, man, I you'd be surprised. Hats can do pretty well. Um, I don't think I've sold a lot of big. I mean, I mean, hats outside of like baseball caps. Baseball caps are um, pretty easy to flip. But other hats. Oh yeah, Nathan's got the boot collection. You guys ought to see his Instagram. He's got some serious boots for sale. Um, all right, this is the final bag, everybody. We're gonna get into it. See what's going on here. I already see a vintage tee. What is it? Oh, don't you love Wolf tees on the Signal Sport Mega Cotton single stitch? This is like the stuff that I get constantly on these bags, but they're pretty dope. It's a super cute shirt. Good sign that there's single stitch tees in here. Maybe we'll find a few more. Man, 8 pairs of boots. San Antonio represent. I don't think I have any of my San Antonio hats here, but I do have. I do have these guys. Way to go, San Antonio. We got an all-star this year. Let me put these back. I do love the San Antonio Spurs. Rick, oh, nice. Hope you got a good return. That's sick. Right, come on now. Whoa, what's this? Nothing. Okay. Felt kind of like it was an older T-shirt, but it wasn't. I don't think I've picked up any. I mean, some of you guys probably realized we didn't have a top 5 thrift finds of the week this week. That was mostly because we didn't get to go thrifting much because of the snow. It's class of 16. So we didn't get out very much, but we did go out today. Thrift stores are back open. Got some good stuff today. Got some fun stuff that we'll show you guys next at the end of the week. Pretty excited about that, man. This thing is thrashed. Just don't get deceived by the single stitch when it's only on an Aeropostale shirt. Just keep PSA, word to the wise. Don't get deceived. It's always important to know multiple different ways of dating and authenticating vintage gear, because some of these things come back around. You know what I mean? All right, what we got here? Nothing. All right, we've got a handful of vintage T-shirts, so that's pretty good. But definitely probably making. I think we've probably made our money back. We'll go over it at the end, and see if we think we made the money back from the having purchased. I got a Greg Norman polo. Do you guys have any luck selling Greg Norman? This is like pretty clean, except a couple little. No, it's like pretty clean. I hear about people selling Greg Norman shirts, but I don't feel like I can. But since I already own it, I might as well try. Oh yeah, TWA. I've sold a number of TWA vintage tees and such, so it's definitely possible. Yeah, so I actually probably check it out, guys. Made in USA. Nike. Made in USA tag, late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. It's meant to be a tank top, but don't know if it'll have much value, but it's vintage. I will probably be doing Woolrich is in my Is that's interesting. Anyone know what this is? This is a GameStop PlayStation game. Bridges. I don't really know. Death Stranding. Death Stranding. I love finding these like promotional video game teas though. Um yeah, Woolrich, I feel like I probably have enough like good solid information about Woolrich. It'll probably be on its way. Um I do want to solidify a few things, a few questions that I have about some of the stuff before I do, but we got got attitude, got braces by Drake Orthodontics. This is like, no, that's probably not. Um, what is this? Oh, nothing. But yeah, Woolrich, and Pendleton are both videos that I want to get to. I just want to make sure that I do it right. That's the big thing. Just want to make sure you get good information, because I'll tell you this: there's a lot of there's a lot of urban legends, basically, out there about, oh, this is how you date this, and this means this, and I don't want to just be repeating urban myths about dating vintage clothes. I want to make sure that I can, as best that I possibly can, um, give you guys the best information, most accurate information. Oh, we got a local sports team made in the USA on the JanSport. Grizzlies basketball. It's a small, like, junior college nearby. You'd be surprised what sells, though. Coming down the last bag here, at the end of the last bag, unfortunately. Next week we should have quite a few more bags than we did today. Nothing there. What's this tag? Nope. So, I see one more single stitch. What could it be? Right here, it's single stitch, and it is a blank. Okay, a blank, right? Yeah, it's a blank. A blank. Yep, it's like a Fruit of the Loom, just blank pocket tee. These were probably meant for undershirts, not so much to be printed on. Just have some bleach stains in the back. Probably not worth anything, honestly, unless I have like a bunch of them. Probably a hard sale, but okay. Let's see, last couple here. Well, we got nothing, and we got nothing. Under Armour shirt. That was it. That's all 3 bags. So let's take a look at what we have. 4K in January. Oh yeah, 10K all of last year. 4K. Man, you're stepping up with all those boots. Boots will get. I mean, you can go somewhere with boots. January is my worst month. I think typically is April, which seems weird, but it is. April and May are the worst months for me. January, typically I've put enough jackets in the inventory to make up for it, but yeah, guys, you just get out and list, get good stuff, list good stuff. I know that sounds way too simple and like, hey, if it were that easy, I'd be a rich man. But it's all about like listing. You got to keep listing, especially if you're on eBay. All right, let's take a look, see what we did, and see if we got we made our money back here with what we found. Obviously, a shorter video than normal. We will have more in the future, so only selling eBay. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad it's picking up. We had and I feel like eBay does this. I have no evidence, like official evidence, that it actually happens, but I feel like it goes in waves. Like you get bumped up in the search or something for like a few days and get great sales, and then it's like nothing, and then it goes back, even though like generally speaking you're adding the same amount of stuff. Nothing's significantly changing. But I had 2 weeks ago. No, it was a week ago. 10 days ago. Now we had a great like 5 days, which is nuts. We're just selling all over the place on eBay. So we spent only $18 on these 3 bags. We buy $6. So let's talk about what we think we made as far as profit. We do have this Mark McGwire tee. This is the XL version. It's got some, you know, dinginess and some nastiness, but I think this is probably $15 to $20. So we're almost there if we exclude fees. We have this vintage hot rod tee, which is actually pretty cool. On the back here, single stitch. I bet we get 15 to 20 for that as well. We got this Mark McGwire. This is a better condition, good size. Still got some stuff down here. Might be able to get that out. But I think we might actually get 20 for this one, 20, 25 for this guy. Probably. So we have then this coffee tee. I think $10 at the most. Not really that interesting, but you never know. This one right here, this one I think we could probably get 25. I think it's that interesting. It's got, you know, cool text, pretty girl, single stitch. I think this will do well. It's pretty good condition. Probably 20 to 25 on that guy. These I sell all day for 15, so probably 15 for that. I don't even know if this will sell. $5 to $10 maybe. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Yeah, 10 to 15 is great. Anyone know this? This is a PlayStation game. I don't know much about it. Bridges. I don't know if that's on the back, but it's a PlayStation. This is from like a GameStop. This is from 2019. So it's not like vintage or anything, but some of those things do sell pretty well. This, if I even decide to sell it, probably 5 to 10. So definitely made back the money today. It might take a little bit of time, but if I sell one of these for $20 plus shipping minus fees, we're pretty much there to making back our money and getting us into the, at least back even, if not to the green. So far the experiment is continuing to work. We started this experiment over more than a year ago now, and we are well into the green. It actually is a profitable practice, not just making videos and such, but just opening them up and checking them out. So I know some of you, a few of you, have actually been able to do this in your hometowns, and you found a thrift store that'll make these bags for you. So if you can find one, it's a lot of fun. And so I think I talked about it last week, but we will be doing a week-long thrift trip in some direction. We haven't decided yet whether we're going to go, you know, southwest like we did last year down to Texas, or if we're going to go just straight west, northwest, or east. I don't know yet, but if we do come in your direction, let us know you're in town. Maybe we'll hang out, get some lunch or something like that. Just something I want to keep everybody aware of, because it'll come up, and we'll do daily vlogs. So we'll be thrifting probably in your area. We won't be there long, so we won't steal too much of your good stuff, but we'll be there long enough to find some enough for us. So, all right, guys. Well, if you don't have any other questions, if you do, let's go ahead and pop them in the chat. We'll probably stay on for another 3 or 4 minutes while we wrap up here. But if you notice, don't have any questions, we'll take off today, and hopefully next week we'll have back to like 10 bags a day. I need to get back down to this other secret spot where we have some big rag bags, but hopefully soon we'll get that stuff back together. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. I know it's a lot shorter than last week and the last few weeks, but we'll get some more bags and we'll do it again next week. So see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.